Welcome to the Postgame podcast. Jerry is out the rest of the week. Today I've got the Eddie Schizzeri. Welcome, Eddie.
Hello, podcast people and YouTube person.
Yes.
And let me apologize to the YouTube person. Yesterday, there was a technical issue with the video, so there was no video yesterday.
Oh, is that right?
So,
did it go up with audio only, I wonder?
Well, the audio only.
No, I mean, was there a YouTube version that was audio only, I wonder?
I don't know. It could have been.
What was the technical issue?
Because if you remember yesterday, it reset and then it stopped recording, and I didn't realize till after.
Okay.
I was like, oh yeah.
These things will happen. That'll be a lost episode we'll put out in 2035
Correct.
when we get the technology wherein we can go back in time and fix things.
Yes, correct. Time travel.
That'll be awesome.
Although we might have more important things to fix if we just.
So you're thinking like
travel?
If we create time travel where we can go back in time, probably we won't get to fixing podcasts that didn't record.
Probably not. But you could definitely, if you got the audio, you could probably do an AI.
Yeah.
Video or even a cartoon.
I'm thinking of doing AI, like stopping the podcast at the end of this year and then just running AI Alan Jerry podcasts for the next 10 years after that.
Or how about this, like animated, but not the regular animation, like the Rankin Bass, like the Rudolph kind of claymation.
Yeah,
situation.
claymation.
I like that.
Yeah, I could see that being an interesting thing.
Yeah,
claymation podcast.
Yeah, I that would be freaking awesome.
That would be
pitch
cool.
That to somebody?
Yeah, I think they're always looking for digital ideas.
Yeah,
I was thinking about of course, your retirement later. I'm a few years behind you. If you had to, let's say you're a couple years in retirement and you realize, you know what, I need a part-time job.
Like I need it for the money or just for mental health?
You need a part-time job just for the mental health, and you need a part-time job because you need the benefits. So let's say you need a part-time job that includes benefits. You don't care what it pays because that's not the important part. You just need the benefits. What are some areas you might look into?
Maybe the state park system. See if I could be qualified to do anything there.
State jobs are very hard to find, though, aren't they?
Yeah,
like it's hard to get.
Yeah. Well, if it's a part-time state park thing, or I'm like, picking up trash on a trail or one of the state parks or something like that, or even a county park.
Okay, so something where you're outdoors.
Correct.
That would be your thing.
Yeah.
What about like if you had to pick, like you're going to go work at Target, Home Depot, or like a Chipotle? Like, would you go food industry?
No, I would not.
Retail or some other?
Well, it would be some
area.
other, but if you're talking about one of the, recognizable box stores, maybe a Lowe's or something like that. Because I do see, I think more at Lowe's than at Home Depot, like people our age, doing that stuff with the red jacket.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I see that at Home Depot as well.
Yeah.
And it used to be like very intimidating to me. Like I always thought my father would have liked to have done that.
He would have killed it.
He would have loved it.
He would have been, he would be the best. No. You need a 3/4 hex nut on the,
For whatever reason, he didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
And he didn't do that. He ended up, after he retired from Delta, he started doing, this was when the mortgages, when the mortgages, I guess, got really low and a lot of people were refinancing.
Yes.
He was doing refinances paperwork.
Oh.
So these companies would work with individuals. He would just go to their houses and do all the paperwork for them.
And he had, did he have something in his background that had,
no, zero in his background with that stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess you needed to be a notary.
Right.
So he went and he got his, whatever you do for that. And then he went and did this. I know the only thing he needed in the house was he needed to be a rotary or notary. I'm saying rotary. Notary.
Yeah.
Notary public. And he had to have a fax machine because he had to fax the paperwork to whatever company he was working for.
So he didn't have to deal with figuring out rates and all that.
No. Everything got worked out, and they needed someone to get the paperwork signed, notarized, and then faxed to whatever company he was working for. He used to love it.
Yeah, because he used to go to people's homes or
Yeah.
just okay.
He would go to people's homes. Like at night after they got home from work and ate dinner, he'd go there, do the paperwork.
All right. Hi, I'm Mr. Dukes.
Yeah. So I always try to think of like different things like, oh, but you're talking about Home Depot or Lowe's. Like it used to be to go work there, you really had to know what you were doing. Now I feel like no one knows what they're talking about. Or you are one section. Like, listen, be like, Eddie, coming out of retirement, you're going to work here. You're dealing with just all these pipes.
Right. Or for me, like you're in the garden center where the mulch and the paving blocks
are.
Something like that.
You're going to be an expert in that.
Yeah.
Now, when someone comes to you when you're in the mulch area and they go, where do I find these screws? You'd be like,
yeah,
I don't know.
And hopefully, and knowing me, I would do this. I would have memorized the store layout and where things are. Just that's the way I am.
Yes.
But I don't know, like, whatever. I know what a lock washer is, but, all the different types and this. And there's thousands of different
oh my gosh
nuts and screws and bolts.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever go down that one aisle that has all the screws and nails and
just
like,
the loose ones?
Yeah, the loose ones.
I mean, you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah, I would never.
Yeah, I need a cement drill bit. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I ever tell you my drug fair story when so I worked in drug fair when I was in high school / community college.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I met my friend Paul. We worked at drug fair. So drug fair had all sorts of aisles. It was a really weird store. They had like a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm. Did they have at that time like groceries, like simple?
No,
not yet.
No groceries. They had like a toy aisle.
Yes.
They had a hardware aisle. They sold paper products. They sold motor oil, shampoo, medicine,
like first aid.
Yeah. So, and they had a hardware section. So someone came up to me and said, "Where is your stool softener?" And all I kept thinking was the hardware, because this guy's stool, I thought his wooden seat was
he wanted a cushion for his,
or he wanted somehow soften the wood. Stool softener.
You didn't know what stool was?
I did not. And I took him to the hardware section, and I remember showing him like maybe it's near the rubber cement. There's something called rubber cement.
Did he finally say,
He said, I'll see if someone else can help. Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Yeah. Right. In a drugstore, by the way, like where there would be stool softeners.
Right. Of course.
And I remember,
yeah,
I definitely knew that aisle because the Fleet enemas were in that aisle.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just I was like, what is this product?
And they also sold girly magazines, didn't they?
No, we did not have nudie magazines.
That was at the video store you worked at?
My friend Paul worked at a video store before Blockbuster was a thing, where it was just like mom and pop video stores.
Right. Oh, and they sold the condoms. Always was a big
the drugstore had the condoms, which was weird. And we knew which girls were on birth control because,
of course,
their prescriptions were in the thin.
Yeah.
They were in a pill.
And what color was your smock or vest? Red. Okay.
Red for drug fair. But I'm trying to think like what I would like to do like that. Like you're saying, you would want to do something outdoorsy, or even if you went to like a retail, still doing something at like the outdoorsy section of the Lowe's.
Even like if I wanted to not go to a box, or like a local garden center.
Yeah.
There's one by me where we go all the time. We buy most of our stuff there, not the mulch, because they can't compete with the Lowe's or and just the pricing. But if I just need a small bag of potting soil or something, I'll go there. But all our plants and things we get at this Coppola's Garden Center.
The problem with, though, if you're going to work part-time for benefits, the mom and pop places aren't going to have the benefits. You have to go to the Lowe's, Home Depot.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll be Medicare or whatever.
Medicare, Medicaid, one of those.
You became
Ubacam.
I'll be eligible soon-ish.
Is that 65?
I think you can maybe 62. I'm not sure. You might have to pay more. I'm not exactly sure. I have to. I guess I should be looking into that
I feel like
still.
your wife's handling this
Yeah, she
retirement.
she has an idea. Yeah.
Like your wife is handling all the retirement.
Well, the planning of the right, and just making sure we're gonna have enough to live and all that.
The
Yeah.
planning of the money withdrawals over
Correct.
time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She's handling all
That's
that.
correct. I mean, I could figure it out, but she seems to be
Because
happy doing it.
I've been asked you the one time, go, well, what are you gonna do for health insurance? How do you go? I have no idea. But
Yeah.
your wife has an idea.
Yeah, I guess it's Cobra for a while, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're eligible for, I don't know, do they still do what was once called Obamacare?
I think so. I don't think that's been killed yet.
It's called something else, though.
Yeah, Affordable Health Act.
Affordable Health Act. Okay. And each state, I feel like, has its own
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
Seems very confusing
It
to me.
is very confusing for sure.
And like you pay based on what your taxable income is, I believe.
Mhm.
So that's why, like, that's the other thing, like with retirement that people, which I'm just starting to look at, is like you have to know which account you're withdrawing from will depend on what is considered taxable income for you.
Right. What can you withdraw without penalty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or without it being taxable versus.
Right. And it's weird that we put this money into these, funds, right, for retirement. And we were already taxed when we earned the money. And yet I think we're gonna get taxed again when we take it out.
Well, it depends. If you did a 401k,
I have a few of those, I think.
okay, so those you weren't taxed on. They
Oh,
came out of
right.
your
So
check.
those will be now taxed.
Those will be taxed like regular income. The other stuff, if you had gotten money out of your check, which you paid taxes on, and you bought stocks
Yeah, yeah.
and mutual funds, now when you pull that money out, you're not getting taxed like a regular income tax. You're getting capital gains
So
tax.
just whatever accrued, whatever I made.
Whatever you made, and it's not as high as an income
And also
tax.
my income overall is gonna be lower
Right.
anyway, because it'll be Social Security, it'll be whatever, I take out of these other things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not as prepared perhaps as I should be.
Well, I think your wife's on it.
Yeah,
We
she
had
is.
dinner together
Yeah.
the other night, and I feel like she's on top of it.
Yeah. She does. And I think I could figure it out. I don't know if it's that complicated. I just,
Yeah.
haven't really had to focus on it yet.
Mm. Yeah. So yeah, I was always thinking about like part-time jobs in retirement.
Mhm.
Like what would
Yes.
be fun to go to
Yeah.
and do?
If it's something that I would like, hopefully I don't need to do it for either reason, either because I need money or because I need benefits. Hopefully that's okay. And in that case, I may, volunteer somewhere, like volunteer at a state park or something like
Oh,
that,
there you go.
where I don't have to be there. I can go when I want to go. Because for me, the whole big thing is like I don't want to have to be anywhere that, like I have to be here because I have this job or whatever. I that's for me the part of retirement that to look forward to is that you don't have to be anywhere for anybody.
Right.
You
Right. And
just
they get a part-time job, all of a sudden you have
yeah,
to be
now
somewhere.
I'm committed, and I'm not gonna be a jerk, and like if I sign up, I'll go. But that for me, I don't want to have that.
Plus you get a part-time job after you retire, you're a low man on the totem pole. They're like, "Pfft, Eddie's the new guy. He's got to work Christmas.
Exactly.
Eddie's working Thanksgiving."
Yeah, but there's not that many jobs except for police, fire, and first responders, and of course radio and television that work 24/7, 365.
And hospitals, anything in a
Hospital, sure,
hospital.
in
Because
ER.
I always think about that, like when I worked in the hospital pharmacy,
Right.
those that was open
Yeah,
every
of
day,
course.
24/7.
Yeah, God has to be.
Has to be open. So yeah, you got to be careful with that. Like you don't want to take a part-time job with that's open on days most people
Right.
are
That's
off.
anything that's 24/7, 365
Yeah,
out.
out.
That's off the list.
Yeah. I always thought it'd be cool to work in a coffee shop.
Yes. Well, you've talked about wanting to own one.
Yeah, that seems like too much of a risk.
Exactly.
Too risky.
And also not a risky, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, pain in the ass. Meanwhile, if I could just go work at one.
Right. If you say, okay, I want to work 2 days a week at whatever, Rook's, is that down by you?
Yeah, there's many Rook coffees. Yep.
So, or someplace, or even a smaller one, like a, independent one. And you can then just tell them, because you don't need it, you're just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
You can say, hey, I'm not, August, I'm out.
I'm out for August.
I'm going to be wherever you might be, wherever Gina might drag you.
Yeah. But come September, I'm ready to come grind up some beans again.
And listen, I'm not going to work peak. I'm Memorial Day to Labor Day, I ain't working.
Yeah.
But off peak with the locals, I'm there.
Yeah. I always thought it'd be cool, like, open up in the morning, because strangely enough, coffee places don't open as early as you would think.
Yeah. Now, Dunkin's are not 24/7.
I think some of them probably are. But there's like coffee shops, the majority of coffee places by me open at 7.
Yeah.
That's
right. And a lot of times when we're on a vacation, or when we come into the city, not the city's not a bad example, but if you're looking for, like, want to go someplace, if we went somewhere and we want to get an early start, and you look what time the breakfast place is open, some of them 8 o'clock. Hey, what? Yeah, I need 6 a.m. So I'm always looking for, like, a breakfast place in wherever town or city we're in that opens at 6 a.m.
Yeah. I feel like if I was starting my own coffee shop, I'd be open at 5 a.m.
Sure. Absolutely.
Like, ready to go.
Yeah, there's a place that opened up, Amboy Bagel just by me. They're open at 5 every day.
5 a.m.
Perfect.
That is perfect.
Perfect.
And I'm sure they go, wow, not enough people come in.
No.
So you casually open at 5.
No.
Oh, it's crowded?
Well, I'm sure I'm not there during the week. And on Saturdays, I'm usually not ordering it if I'm going to order. I don't do it a lot, but I'm sure during the week, people going to work, come in, get their roll, or bagel and butter, or bagel and cream cheese, roll and butter, and cup of coffee. Yeah, I'm sure it's there, because there's a lot of people who get an early start.
Yes.
Especially more now if they're coming in here trying to beat the congestion pricing.
Right.
Although that 5 o'clock wouldn't work for them.
No, it would not. You need it even earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these coffee places open at 7. I'm like, 7?
7 o'clock? I've been up for 3 hours.
Yeah, like, I'll sometimes be walking the dog down the Jersey Shore, and I'll walk by on, like, a Saturday or something at 5 a.m. with my dog. There's not even a light on yet.
Mm-hmm. And
Get in there.
And I myself, I know, and even though, like, look on the weekends, now we have an older dog situation, which I'm getting up early for that. But I will be getting up by 4:30 at the latest, I think, in retirement. I like the early morning.
Me too. Early morning's very underrated.
Yeah.
Like, if you're forced to do it with your job, you then come to realize how much, like, on a weekend, and you get up, how much you get done before people even are starting to wake up.
It's quiet.
Yeah.
And not, quiet and dangerous sometimes, like coming into the city.
Right.
But it's peaceful, quiet. You can get a lot done. And generally your spouse, significant other is not getting up at that time. So you've got some me time. Jerry talks about that all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And you do too. Like, Marion will get up like at, 7:30. I'm like, great, I have 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, one time Gina came downstairs, it was like 4:50 a.m. I go, what are you doing?
Right.
She was insulted that
yeah.
I was like,
she horned in on your owl time.
Yeah, this is my quiet time.
Right.
When I thumb through YouTube videos.
And Gina, God love her, is not quiet.
She's not quiet. She is not. Yeah. So, we look at, like, we need our quiet time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Eddie, we'll be looking for you at a Lowe's in the future.
Probably not.
Probably not. But if you are, we'll check the garden section.
Yes. Yeah.
The outdoor garden section.
Right. Or a local garden center, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Or a state park.
Or a state park.
Or if I'm lucky, even maybe a national park up in New England somewhere.
In fact, the woman at, where did I go? Yellowstone?
Mm-hmm.
The ranger who gave us a tour to one of the spots, volunteer retired woman.
there's a lot of the people in the National Park Service, and they're going to need a lot more nowadays. There's a lot of volunteer.
Yeah, seems like a cool job.
I don't know if they're an official ranger because I think that's a whole. You might need like a forestry degree.
Educational ranger.
Okay,
is what she was called.
Right, but the other ones, that's a more.
Yeah, you're right. You need a degree for that,
and you probably have to know all sorts of first aid and wilderness rescue protocols and all that stuff.
Snake bites, bear attacks.
Sure.
Bison.
Avalanche patrol.
Mudslides.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do the warm-up program. I did that with CeeLo. I will do that with CeeLo again tomorrow.
And there was no real anger with the with you and CeeLo.
Yeah, it was a good, it was quality.
His story about how his Twitter got hacked.
Yes. How did his Twitter get hacked?
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow, same thing. CeeLo on the warm-up, Eddie in the post-game podcast.
And how his Instagram is now corrupt.
That'd be great if we could just get CeeLo's Instagram hacked.
Mm-hmm.
So